and I'm Domini. This is a very short 10 to 15 minute Yogalates class today. Yoga, I absolutely love, been doing it for over 10 years. Pilates is a fairly newer thing for me, but I love splicing the two together. I think they work so well. So yeah, this is one of those. So I hope you enjoy it, and we'll get started in tabletop pose for cat-cow. So just warming up the spine and the hips a little bit. So breathing in, lowering the belly, lifting the gaze, and then breathe out as you curl your spine up towards the ceiling and chin to chest. And just do that a few times. One more round, and then into down dog. Pedaling out the feet a little bit, so don't worry about form too much to begin with. Just pedal out as you need, just warming up the backs of those legs. Nice deep breaths in and out, and then find that form, so pushing the torso towards the upper thighs. And then walk into the top of the mat for a forward fold. And we're going to roll up nice and slowly, one vertebrae at a time. The head should be the last thing to come up. Nice deep breath in. And another one. Try and bend into those legs as you do that, and then straighten and breathe out. Next breath in. Keep the arms above your head, shoulders away from your ears, and sit down into a chair pose. I've got my feet about hip width apart for this one. If you feel it a little bit in your lower back, make sure you're tucking your tailbone under. So you're pushing your pelvic bone this way and you're tightening your core, and then you're sitting back. And you might want to bring your big toes together, heels a couple of inches apart. I find I don't feel it in my lower back as much if I have that stance. But definitely the tuck helps. And then we're going to pulse. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Forward fold. Breathe in and out into a plank. Breathing in and out as you settle in it. You can have your feet a bit wider than hip width apart, that might help. And then knees to floor, come onto your back. For roll-ups. So you can either do this, you can do this with your knees bent, arms above your head, and just roll up as far as you can go, and then back down. Don't push. Legs usually are straight. Just roll up as far as you can go, even if that's just shoulders, and that's it. You can't go anywhere more. That's enough. Roll back down. But if you can do the full thing, that's good. So breathing in, bring your head and shoulders off the floor. Out as you do the rest. And then sort of curve your upper back. Keep your arms pointing towards your feet. And curve your upper back, holding your core in. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, roll back down, nice and slowly, controlled. 4 more of those. So breathing in, head and shoulders off. Out, do the rest, and then fold forward. 1 breath cycle here. Breathe in, and then breathe out as you roll one vertebrae at a time down. Try and keep it really controlled. So use those core muscles, arms above your head. Breathe in, lift the top. Breathe out, lift the rest. Breathe in. Breathe out, roll it down. Breathe in, lift the top bit. Breathe out, lift the rest, curve over. Breathe in. Breathe out as you go down. I think there's only one more, so breathing in and then out. Breathe in and then breathe out as you curl down. Fantastic. Leg lifts. So flex your feet, bring your right leg up, point and down. You're trying to keep your hips squared here, so flex, point, flex, point. Try not to lean into one hip, so this hip. Trying to keep a neutral spine, so you've got a little bit of a natural curve there. Your hips are into the floor, your lower back is touching the floor, and your hips are staying squared. So flex and point, flex and point, flex. And then what we're going to do is we're going to flex on the way down and point on the way up. So breathing in and out, in and out, in and out, and relax. And we'll do the other side to give your legs a little bit of a shake. Make sure that you've still got that neutral spine alignment, so you're just laying how you normally would. You're flexing as we come up. Can't remember which way around we did it now, but it doesn't matter, we're going to do it both ways anyway. So in and out, or you can do out and in, as long as you're breathing with your movements. I don't really care how you do it, but as long as you're breathing. Keeping those hips, remember to keep an eye on those hips and make sure you're not sort of leaning into this left hip where this left leg is coming up. And then keep hip flex going down, point as you come up. One more. And release. Awesome job. Glute bridges, and we're pulsing because why not? So arms at your side. Again, just make sure your lower back here and your hips are all on the mat. You're not arching up like this. You've just got a nice neutral spine. Breathe in and out. Hips, feet about hip width apart, a few inches away from your glutes there. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, just peel your pelvic bones off the mat, and then one vertebrae at a time until your lower back and your mid back are off the floor. You've still got your upper, your cervical spine area of your back and your shoulders on the floor. Nice breaths. And then we pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. Make sure you're breathing. I know I keep banging on about it, but it is really important. And release. We're going to roll over into a down dog, just briefly. just stretch those legs out a bit, stretch that back out into a plank. Hold it there for a sec. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog, and again plank, but this time chaturanga all the way down to your belly. Okay. And what I want you to do is come into quite a high, what I call a high cobra anyway. Some people might call it up dog, but I don't think it is because my thighs, my upper thighs and my hips are still on the floor. So breathing in, come up. Well, my hips might not be on the floor, but my upper thighs are. And then bring it back into a child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out back to that cobra. Breathe in. Breathe out into the child's pose. Breathing in. Breathe out as you come into cobra. Breathe in. Out as you go into child's pose. So keep doing that a few times. Next time you find yourself in child's pose, just come back up to a tabletop position and bring your right leg up to the top of the mat in between your hands for a low lunge. You can do this any way you want. You can have your hands on the mat, on blocks. You can have your hands on your leg. You can do a little back bend if you want, or a twist. Whatever you want to do is entirely up to you. Just make sure you're breathing. You know I was going to say it. Just make sure you're breathing. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, bring the hips back and straighten that front leg as much as is comfortable for you for half splits. You can keep the body upright or you can breathe in. And then bend over that straight, that front leg as you breathe out. Back to low lunge, back to tabletop, switch legs. Half split, so breathing in, breathe out as you go into the half splits. Breathe in and then breathe out as you fold forward. Back into low lunge. And then we'll come onto our bums into a nice cross-legged easy pose position. Breathe in and out. Breathe in, twist to the right. Breathe while you're in the pose. And back to centre, breathe in, twist to the left. Back to centre, legs straight out front. Breathe in, arms up. And then fold forward. As far as you can go that's comfortable. And roll it up, and we're done. Nice deep breath in, and breathe out. Well done. I hope you enjoyed that one. Let me know if you did the splicing of the two. This is a really, really short one, so if you want a longer sequence with a little bit more splicing in it, apologies for forgetting how I was breathing at one point and forgetting what way I pointed my leg and stuff. Like, it's been a long day, but hopefully you got it, you understood. So yeah, just let me know what you thought, give it a like, subscribe, and I will definitely see you in the next one. So take care, have an awesome day. Bye.